Now, I know that it's not obvious, but I'm the youngest child of my family. Or is it obvious? What is it, though, about older siblings being jealous of their youngest sibling, trying to throw us into cisterns or sell us into slavery or tell us that we're adopted or that, we're the milkman's child? Older siblings are just mean. Yeah, you agree. Yeah, sorry, Rita. Yeah. Poor Nico. It's never Nico's fault. Is it? It's always Marco's fault, right? And Mickey can do no wrong, right? Yeah, of course. So you've got these siblings of Joseph, and they're jealous because Dad didn't give them a Technicolor Dreamcoat. He only gave it to the youngest, and Joseph has shown special attention. And so they're like, well, let's just get rid of him, right? Let's kill him. Let's sell him into slavery. Let's sell him for 20 pieces of silver, right? Judas, of course, sells Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. So we see that connection. And then Jesus tells this parable, the landowner who planted the vineyard and leases it to his tenants, and then the tenants come and they produce the produce, and then he sends his servants to collect it. The prophets, right? The prophets come to get the people of Israel ready for the coming of the Messiah. They ignore them, they stone them, they kill them, they persecute them. And so then the landowner says, okay, I'm going to send my son. They'll respect my son because they know that he represents me like in a real way. There's the blood tie. And they come, and this is the part that just doesn't make any sense to me. They see the son coming, they say, oh, this is the heir. Let's kill him. What could possibly go wrong if we did that, right? If we kill the heir, then we're gonna get everything. Yeah, but the father's still alive. And so the father comes, and Jesus says, what do you think is going to happen to those wicked, wretched men? Well, they're going to be put to a wicked and wretched death. There's that great scene in Yellowstone when those California bikers come and try to burn down John Dutton's field. It's just stupid. And then, Rip gets out of the truck after he runs over all their motorcycles. It's a great scene. Takes the branding iron, just beats the people. And it's probably a little too gratuitous violence. But that's just my favorite scene of that whole series. And then, he tells the guys, hey, you come back, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to bury you here, right? And then what do? Dumb Californians. They come back, they cut the fence again. And there's John Dutton waiting for him with shovels and makes them dig their graves. But then he's merciful, right? John Dutton's not always a bad guy. He's merciful to him. He just, says, what would you do if I came and, tried to burn your land? And the guy says, well, I'd kill you, right? Yeah, that's right. I'd kill you. So we've got the father coming, and he sees that they've killed his son, and he's like, that's not okay. We're not going to tolerate that. Now, we translate the death of Christ to taking the place of the death that we deserve. Because of our sin, because of the fall, we deserve death. But Jesus comes and he takes our place. Jesus comes and he's the one that's thrown into that cistern. He's thrown into a cistern the night before his death. If you go to Jerusalem and you go to the church of St. Peter Gallicantu, then you can go down below Caiaphas' house into the cistern where Jesus spent the night. And then he's put to death. He's put to death in a really heinous, ugly way. Crucifixion was not a kind way of putting someone to death. It wasn't just a guillotine, right? Roman citizens, if they were put to death, they were beheaded with a sword. It was instantaneous crucifixion. You suffered, you suffocated, you were in excruciating pain. And so Jesus is put to this just horrible, wicked death, the death that we deserved. And so we recognize in this time of Lent, as we prepare for Easter, that Jesus, the Son that was sent on behalf of the Father, the Son that is put to death, he takes the place of our death. And that the Father is well pleased with him, that the Father comes and reconciles us, that we're reconciled to the Father. That's a beautiful part of the prayer of absolution. Jesus Christ reconciles us to the Father. And so we also recognize in our own lives that we have that necessity of reconciliation, to be reconciled to the Father. That Lent is such a powerful time for us to experience conversion, to grow closer to God. If we've fallen, if we failed to avail ourselves of the sacrament of confession, but ultimately to recognize that having been reconciled to the Father, he comes and he leases his land to new tenants, right? He's gone beyond just Israel. He's gone to the Gentiles, and he's proclaimed the gospel, and he's called them to himself. So let us continue in this time of Lent, recognizing that because Christ has taken the place of our death, that we also share with him as an heir to the kingdom of God, that we're united to him in such a profound way that we may receive the inheritance that is due to the Son of the Father, that we're united to him, and that we may all one day be together with the Father and all the angels and saints in heaven.